Before we all start high-fiving each other.
Wait.
I
This
agree.
is too good, man.
I agree.
Save
Straight
this
up.
for the show. Can we
start the
Go.
show?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
We're going to have to repeat all that now.
It's never the same the second time. Don't get mad. We're talking over this, old Blue Eyes. This is live. Fuck it. I'll do it live.
And uncut.
Yeah, right now.
Get some live.
Yeah, come on.
Get some.
Yeah.
Good morning and welcome to the Hard Luck Show. I'm your certified host, Steve Lucky Luciano, and the host of the Hard Luck Show. Sitting across from me is
Chumahan Bone, American Indian, Southern Californian, elegant barbarian, here to cause trouble once again.
and old Blue Eyes himself.
Sean Lewis, certified audio professional engineer for the Hard Luck Show.
Yeah.
And
My man. And by way of West Hollywood, California, the beautiful, the elegant,
the
the
funny,
extremely humorous and funny.
And talented.
talented,
Thank you. My God.
crowd demanded.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Popular
Class.
demand.
Pure glass.
Molto bene.
Chef's kiss.
Mrs.
Right.
Oh, wow. I need to
Rachel Sterling!
Top shelf Rachel.
Stop.
Illustrious. The illustrious.
Illustrious.
Yeah.
Looking better than ever.
She's illustrious.
But you never. He's losing his mind over here. This old Blue Eyes. I know.
He ate a bunch of fucking
listen,
CBD and shit already. So listen,
Yeah.
he's been eating edibles the whole
No, he took a RBD right about
Yeah,
now.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
not
yeah.
a CBD. RBD. Rachel.
CHP.
Right, yeah,
What's a
yeah.
RBD?
Yeah, it's a Rachel body contact
The
high
ATM.
or whatever the fuck.
The ATM.
Oh, check that word. All right, so anyway. Check that word. So, you were saying you don't like documentaries.
I didn't say I didn't like documentaries.
Yeah, what did you say?
What did you
Please
mean? What did
set
you
the
mean?
record
What I
straight.
said was
God damn it.
the thing about documentaries
Yes.
is that it's all about production value and how good the editing is. You can make a documentary about anything, and as long as you put enough propaganda in it and enough sound bites in it, you can make anyone believe almost anything.
Give us an example.
The pillow.
This pillow right here, we could just talk about this pillow and like how amazing it is.
Yes.
And this to be this, everyone like, oh my God, this pillow is going to change the world. And then we
Right.
do a whole nother one about everything that's wrong with this pillow, and then have people talk about it, how this pillow personally affected their life, and then like, oh my God, these pillows, we should ban them, we should cancel these pillows.
Right, but what I don't understand, and I really am, and I'm not
I mean, look at Scientology, for
wait.
God's sake. Like, it's the same idea. Like,
How does this mean that Corey Feldman was not molested by
Oh,
Michael
I'm
Jackson?
having a conversation on
It
camera.
clearly means that. And if you can't see
I'm
that,
just, no, I'm saying I wasn't. I was saying. I mean, I've had a few conversations with Corey Feldman. We
You
did
have?
not talk about this at all.
Hold on.
Obviously, this
Everyone,
never
shh,
came up.
Right,
Never came up.
of course, allegedly.
No,
Okay.
he never. He didn't walk in there and said, "Hi, I was molested by Michael Jackson." Never.
But was he wearing like that Edward Scissorhands Michael Jackson outfit?
I mean, I think everyone was kind of.
Nah, he's still doing it. That's the thing that's weird. He's like,
I mean,
did you ever hear the
He
story?
really liked the '80s. Okay.
yeah.
I mean, they were good
He
to him.
really, really liked the '80s.
And lots of zippers and straps all the way
Yeah,
down the
did you
belt.
see
all
that?
I mean,
the
I
pants,
was very
right?
It's like, and you're like, well, and then he does all those Michael Jackson moves.
Moves.
But it's, have you seen that?
Not in a while. I don't look. I just ignore it. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I
I
see.
don't really
Oh,
think
I don't
about
want to upset one of your friends.
Yeah, I don't really
Rachel.
think about it.
She isn't entertained by
right.
such frivolous stuff like that.
I don't really think about it.
She's upper crust.
No, I think I'm always just really impressed that he's just still here and doing stuff and had hung on to some money. And
Listen.
his wife's really nice, but
And he's
like,
alive.
Listen.
You know.
Yeah, and he's still alive. Listen,
But
Corey.
I-
Corey. This is me, Chumahan Bone.
was he? Did he come out in a documentary and say he was?
Listen, let me. Allegedly. No. This is what I'm saying.
The other one though,
Listen.
the one that died,
Corey Haim.
he had things happen to him, didn't he? Didn't he come
I
out
don't-
and say?
I mean,
They're saying they both did.
Listen.
That's what they get
I
down.
mean, I wouldn't be shocked.
Corey and Corey, and I don't know what
Corey
is
and
that
Corey.
all about. You know,
I mean, I wouldn't be shocked. I mean, like,
They-
it's very
the
common
Hollywood-
back in those days.
Back in these days.
Yeah.
The thing that I would say is this. Corey Feldman's definitely come out publicly to say that Hollywood, right, at the time that he was coming up, was chock full of pedophiles.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Epstein was running the whole whatever. I don't know. But Corey's like, yeah, it was a dangerous place to be a good-looking kid. It was like, you know, all the predators were on the prowl, and they just like, you know, just ran these kids through the streets of Hollywood, and these guys, creeps were going after them. So if he's willing to go that far, let's say, and then he's wearing Michael Jackson outfits at like 50, right? I'm just wondering how many sleepovers he had. And I'm not blaming Corey Feldman.
Wasn't at one point in time Corey Feldman like hanging with Jackson?
They would wear the same clothes.
Right.
Like it was like Corey Feldman, Michael Jackson's, and got Bubbles.
And then he turned fucking 13 and Michael cut him loose. He's like, no, next.
No.
You're
out.
Way out of my age.
It's like Leonardo DiCaprio with girls. Like, 25, you're out. Get out.
Right.
Is that how Leo does it?
I don't know.
I think they're always under 25.
Right.
It's like under 26 or something like that.
And listen. I'm a married man.
I mean, I only date people 10 years younger than me, so I don't.
I applaud that. I like older women. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I had that's how I came up in the world. But this is what I'm gonna say. Yeah, you're right. You can take a documentary and you can edit it in certain ways and stuff. But I'm just saying that the documentary. So Corey Feldman I don't know of any documentary that he did. But
I haven't heard of anything.
No. But those two guys that came out. Remember, they did that documentary on Michael Jackson.
Oh, you're talking about
deep.
It was the choreographer, right? The Wade Robertson.
Yeah, and then one of the.
That was hard to watch.
It was tough.
Yeah, it was like a year or two ago, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Leaving Neverland, right?
Yeah, that was fucking bro.
And so the documentary
went all the ways with that.
What about where the parents are the ones that should be?
Yeah.
In
they
jail
were cutting
right
deals. They were cutting deals.
It's disgusting.
Listen. Yes, and
but then this is also we're believing the documentary. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Is
the parents are like, you busted a nut in my fucking 9-year-old's mouth hundreds of times. Yeah, give me $500,000 and we'll call him.
Well, okay, slow down though.
The hell?
Hold on.
That's what they were doing when she says they should be locked up. That's exactly what they did. They took money for their kids to be a rag doll.
Okay, so this is what I'm going to say.
Horrible.
I mean, my mom would have never let me I don't care who it was. You'd be like, no, that's fucking ridiculous.
All right.
Not staying at a grown-ass man's house.
Everybody that had half a brain was looking at that and knew,
first of all,
that even if you couldn't put your finger right on it,
something was
it
up.
Wasn't cool.
Well, he was grooming the parents as well. So,
absolutely.
You know
it was
what
a
I
whole
mean?
deal.
Like,
Come at the whole parent.
So
they exposed all that in the special.
Right. And so what I'm saying is I'm not here necessarily to defend the parents. Okay? I'm not saying that. But I do feel like everyone's
father was like, we were trying to locate our fucking kid in fucking New York City with Michael Jackson. All of a sudden, a Mercedes is in our driveway.
And so what I'm saying is that this was at a time when the stars, like nobody knew what we knew now. And the world wasn't quite as jaded as it is now. You think back to the 80s, he was doing Pepsi. And he was claiming I'm not on drugs. I remember parents thinking that he was totally innocent and that his childhood, there was no allegations about.
Yeah, I remember when he was running around saying he's a virgin as well.
Right. And remember
even after he had the kids.
And Eddie Murphy, right? Remember when Eddie Murphy said that Michael Jackson took Brooke Shields to the Grammys and nobody white said shit. And you know why? Because you knew. So he had this image of being almost asexual that he cultivated. I'm not saying he was, but I'm saying it's hard for us to put ourselves, the toothpaste is out of the tube.
Well,
so if you go back to that time and then you're broke in LA and he's got like all these cancer kids coming over to the Neverland, spreading the wealth and all that shit that he was doing, just like the Catholic Church, just like right? Okay? Yeah. At the time.
Just like the Catholic Church.
At the time, right?
A little nicer than the Catholic Church. At least you got to go on the rides.
And the kids got more money. Yeah,
there was gift bags, snacks.
That's true.
Catholic
there was a zoo.
Brutal.
There was a zoo at his house.
Yeah.
Everything that kids like was at his house. And he was like, I just never had a childhood. I just did.
Right.
I had to work. And I'm like, dude, who had a childhood? There's a lot of people that didn't have a childhood, but it didn't lead to that. So I do think as a parent now, for sure, dude, I'm not even... No way.
No way.
No fucking way.
No
any adult that's not related, and even if they are related, but any adult that's not related that prefers the company of kids is already a red flag.
So you're saying that at that point in time...
I personally don't want any company of kids.
Right. Now that makes sense.
There hadn't been enough... There hadn't been enough...
like suspicion or...
No, there hadn't been enough people getting cracked and enough shit coming out. That back then, you're saying people still believe that those stars really were what they were being sold.
Yes, bro.
They couldn't believe that they would do anything like that. But now, today, so much has been overturned that you're like, fuck yeah, he was, right?
Right.
Have you guys watched, I feel like it might have been on Paramount. It was about these Mormons. It was like back in the early 70s. So there's this neighbor that like groomed the whole family basically and like kidnapped the neighbor child like 3 times or something crazy, and he stole her, had her convinced that she was abducted by aliens, was molesting her all this time, but they were so innocent because they were Mormons once in the 70s living in a Mormon community.
Right, so weird social structure looked normal to them.
Innocent, they didn't understand really what was going on. This guy was so manipulative.
Hold on a second.
So
I want to pull the covers on something. That's not innocent.
Ignorant.
No. I'm saying...
They didn't understand how someone could do that.
I get all that. Let me say this, please. I'm agreeing with you, and I'm fleshing out your concept.
Oh, okay.
All right, so you don't have to jump over what I'm trying.
In that case, speak,
please.
Let me speak.
All right, I'm. So when I'm looking, and I've been thinking about this a lot in the last 6 months. That religious stuff, these folks aren't innocent. They're brainwashed. That religious stuff and these weird social religious cults that they raise kids. When a kid first, based on my experience with my daughter, when a kid comes out, they're not geared towards anything and they're pretty like awake. But then if you put them in a system like Mormonism, think about it. Oh, you can't drink Coke. Oh, you can do it. There's a lot of weird rules that don't add up to shit.
Well, if you watch, but I'm saying I was going back to the document. If you watch this presentation of what happened, it's more presented as this is a community of people, right, where you believe in God and you do the right thing, everyone does the right thing, and you would never do this, so you wouldn't expect anyone else to do this, and so that's why
brainwashing.
I don't think it's brainwashing. I think it's what happens when you're sheltered.
No, I think the purpose of sheltering people is to set them up for that kind of shit. That's what I think. I actually think that. I actually think it is brainwashing. I think whole communities and generations have been brainwashed.
Since the 70s, though.
No, I'm saying from the very...
I don't think that would fly now because there's too much social media.
No, let me tell you something. In the 70s, right, came after they destroyed all the Indians for Christian reasons. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. It's a brutal setup. You got to remember, these Mamalukes were coming from Europe under these fucking... all of this weird thinking. I mean, really think about that. They come here and they set up all these weird things. These Mormons are like, we're going to get a state. We're going to change the marriage rules. We're going to more than more. And they raise them up. I think all of that is brainwashing that has been with us so long that we call it tradition. That's what that is.
Well, this...
I love how it just started on pedophilia.
This is the most brutal society ever built, right, in history. America, isn't it?
I mean, yeah.
When you start mounting up the bodies and landmass.
The deaths.
Right. This was the biggest... it's brutal, bro. This was built on...
This is a gladiator...
brutality of whole nother page.
This is a gladiator.
Turks that was kind of brutal, but...
What?
There's other world wars and...
No, but like we're not at war.
Yeah, we're not at war.
I mean, throughout history, there's a lot
No, you're right. There's other contenders, but this is a gladiator... This is a gladiator country, bro. It's kill or be killed out there.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
Eat or whatever. So tell us about your comedy.
I know. I love it.
Yeah.
Anyone listening? I came in. There was Michael Jackson playing. The line was "touch a stranger," and I said I flippantly said he touched too many strangers, and then we got on this tangent.
It all started with a good
so
joke.
we started the show with "Good morning, have some." Pedophilia.
Corey Feldman, sleepover.
Yeah.
Corey Haim. Documentaries are fake news.
Jesus Lord.
Okay, so what's the comedy?
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So lighten the mood.
We're gonna lighten the mood up.
What's
We're gonna
wrong?
get away from touching little kids now.
Oh shit!
Jesus Christ, y'all.
Can you levity? Right. So this is why we need comedy.
Lighten things up.
Yeah,
right?
please.
Please lighten the room now.
Enough with the. So what's going on?
Oh,
with,
that's nice.
Yeah, that's like a
that was
mood.
good.
You
setter.
thought I just
That was a clapper. Clap
just
on,
clapped
clap
it.
off. A lot of people don't know that.
clapped it.
No, a lot of people don't
Did I
know
just show
that.
my age?
So you're doing stand up.
Yeah.
And how's it going?
It's going well.
Let me ask you something, Rachel.
What?
When by doing stand up over and over, and you're refining your craft, and you've stuck to. I really admire what you're doing. Does that translate into you being able to act in comedy?
Well, I was already acting in. It's so funny because most of my peers, their goal is to do stand up, get a name for themselves, go on the road, and maybe sometimes people want to do a Netflix special, but mostly they all want to be actors. They all want that
Don't want to be famous.
you know, they want to be on a sitcom or something like that. To me, I'm like, why the fuck would you want that? You know how much work that
It is. But
I'm
did you read Matthew Perry's autobiography?
I'm reading it right now.
He's on a sitcom, and that dude, well, I don't want to ruin it, but he turns out to be a huge star, makes a ton of dough.
Well, I know that part.
And he sleeps with Julia Roberts.
Yeah, does he sleep with Julia Roberts?
Dude, in that fucking story.
Tell her who else he slept with.
Hold on. What?
Yeah.
Corey Feldman. Who else? I don't know. Listen, in that thing, we went through the whole thing, right?
He's very funny. I've met him before.
He is? You have met him? He's
I met
funny?
him. There was a short period of time where I was dating, whatever you want to call it, sleeping with Bruce Willis. And so
wow,
I was
during the
like,
whole 9 yards?
What?
Like the whole 9 yards, he did a movie with Matthew Perry. Bruce Willis did.
I don't know. I have no idea. I don't really watch.
That's just how
I'm
hot-
such an asshole. I don't really watch.
That's how hot you are.
I don't really watch.
Yeah,
the
that's
shit
how
they
hot.
make.
Ladies and gentlemen, wait, stop. People in normal world, in the normal Walmart world that's listening to this, that's how hot Rachel is, everybody.
I don't know anything
She
anyone's been
was, anything's been in. Bruce Willis. I don't know. I was dating.
She's like, he did that movie where the flames and he jumps out of the building.
I don't know.
watched Die
Something
Hard.
like I watched Die Hard on the plane.
right.
I don't know what the fuck that was.
I
but
watched that. I mean, it's a Christmas movie. Everyone watches Die Hard.
I don't know. He was in something. Some guy named Bruce Willis. I don't know.
What had happened
But it
was
was Bruce Willis with hair. Wait
a minute. How old were you when you saw Die Hard?
I don't know.
I would imagine she's
I was
like
little.
13, 12, watching Die Hard. Oh my God, he's so handsome.
Is that
and then
true?
boom.
I don't know.
Then boom, you got
I
Die
know I
Hard
was
right in the bed with you.
I mean, I know I was
Boom.
a little kid. Like, I had a bedtime still when I watched Moonlighting.
Do you remember that show?
Moonlighting.
That was a good
Moonlighting.
show.
Yeah.
What was the
And he
lady's
was always
name?
on like
Sybil
Seagram's
Shepherd?
commercials
Yes.
or stuff. Oh, she
That
was a babe.
You know who
She was
that was?
gorgeous.
Yep, that was Sam Shepard's wife.
Sam Shepard?
The playwright, Sam
Right,
Shepard.
right.
That's his wife.
But wait a second. So
So what
God damn,
happened was we were at a club.
This is way better than
My
pedophilia.
friend Johnny Messner was like drunk off his tits. Comes over and smack like hard, like my teeth rattled, smacked my ass like as a joke. I didn't mean to do it that hard, but I was furious.
Of course.
Yeah.
Furious. I'm like, what the fuck? And I was
Yeah.
just like so angry. I was like gonna lose my shit.
That's what
And
Big
then up
Pick Mike
comes
did to me.
Bruce Willis, and he's trying to calm me down. And like part of me is like, is this
Is this Bruce Willis calming me
or does
down?
he just look like Bruce Willis? I was confused.
Were you drunk?
No, I was angry.
Oh, which is almost like drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just seeing red
Can't
at that
see
point.
straight.
Right.
And then
Tingly.
we were just kind of talking for a bit, and then we just ended up talking for most of the night. And then, it was the early 2000s, so it was really easy to get people's.
Wait, can you please slow
it's just
down?
easy to get
Can you
people's
please-
numbers. I'm like itching because I'm getting nervous.
Wait,
telling you guys stuff.
Can you please slow down for a second?
What?
Okay. Where are you at? What venue is this?
I don't know. It's the one on Cahuenga. I don't even know what it is now.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're
Crush
hearing,
Bar?
this is a hot chick. This is how real hot chicks
Burgundy Room?
live
Deep?
life.
Deep?
This is how. Listen,
I don't know. I
Let
don't
me
know.
tell
It's
you-
round and
Velvet
it's on Cahuenga, but like up, kind of like up.
Okay.
listen. You're hearing how hot
All right,
chicks
all right,
navigate.
all right.
Like there's an app.
I don't know.
Right,
It was
and
a-
it's like I don't know. It was round and it's up. It's just up.
it's
Yeah,
also
it's
a
above
lot-
Hollywood Boulevard.
I'm
on
so
Cahuenga.
hot that
But
I'm
it
never
was-
involved
You have
in
to
that.
understand that it was so long ago that this, like, my brain
Don't
is.
expect- It's funnier
got
when you
new
don't talk
things
about
in
how
it.
old you are.
This is 20 years
It was
ago.
Yeah.
a long time ago.
Listen. Shh.
Um,
Okay, so
and
it's
so-
you're in Club Deep.
Wherever we were, I don't know.
Somebody
exactly
was
where we were.
drunk on their tits.
Somebody was drunk. A friend of mine slapped my ass too hard. I was gonna kill him, and then they're friends. So then he's trying to like calm me down. He's making jokes, whatever.
Wait. How does he grab you by the shoulders and whisper in your ear? How does he calm you, upset?
He spilled my drink. He's like, let me buy you your drink. And I'm like, how about when I started, like, I was so mad. And he's laughing at me basically. And so I was just like, don't laugh at me.
At what point during this interaction, and don't bullshit us, Rachel, because we're all friends.
it gets
here.
worse though. With
I know, we're gonna get
with the name dropping. It gets worse.
That's
I'm
right.
also friends with
Jimmy Fallon.
No. It's just too many. It's douchery at its best.
Jimmy,
and
yes, I agree.
not that he's a douche, but just like all the name. I think name dropping is.
Hold on,
douchey.
wait.
But
Listen,
it was like
forget all
Jamie
that.
Foxx was friends with my friend, and we're all just kind of hanging out. It's just that's just the world I
Look
live.
at
Two
Look at
exes?
Jumahan's face.
And then
That's a talented. that
Oh,
dude's
Jumahan's
a,
interesting.
so then
That's a talented
we
dude.
started we were all just all like a bunch of people were just all hanging out, and then I don't know. I was gonna say no because I'm like, I can't go out with Bruce Willis. That's like ridiculous. I can't go out with Bruce Willis.
But it's Bruce Willis,
And
so
everyone's
you're
like, everyone's like, no, you should go out with Bruce Willis. And I'm like, and do what? Like, what would we talk about?
Does it fucking matter?
Yeah.
The fuck kind of thing? Does
Well,
any of these
sure you guys had
conversations
some great
matter in your life,
conversations.
dude? But, who gives
Well,
a
here's the
fuck?
thing: it was fun for a while, and I think I was too immature for him, obviously, because I was a child, not a child, but like mentally.
You
it
were
was
young.
pretty-
You were young.
I think we went to Vegas, and I literally was jumping on the bed, and he was like, "She's jumping on the bed." It's like, yeah, you can't.
Yeah.
I was not acting like a grown up anywhere we went, and he was just.
I
I
mean,
think it
but
was like embarrassing.
She was
little
having a
bit.
pretty woman moment.
It was
He's
like too.
yeah.
It wasn't too embarrassing
Yeah.
for him. He was like, "She's 2."
Yeah.
So.
Did that stop him then from fully dating you?
I don't think I
Hell
wanted
no.
to fully date someone that was.
No, I mean,
so
did he go?
much older.
Did you explore each other's uniqueness?
Did I explore his uniqueness?
And both. I mean, did you go?
Did I see him naked? Yes.
You did.
Yeah, that's the only time I've ever had sex on a plane. But it was a private plane, so I don't even know if that counts. I don't think it counts.
Do you see that?
That's the Mile High Club no
Hey,
matter what.
But
Mr.
see, that's
and Miss-
whenever that gets brought up to me, I'm like, I already did it, but it was a private plane. Everyone
With
goes,
Bruce
go fuck
Willis.
yourself. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm never gonna try to
That's-
repeat it because you can't top that.
So let me
Right,
tell you
right.
about my life. It's like, yes, I'm in the Mile High Club, but I fucking obliterated it because it was a private jet and I fucked Bruce Willis when it was Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
It was real Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
None of this fucking.
Yeah.
So what? So how does that work to Matthew Perry? Do you fuck Bruce Willis?
So we were at a party, and he's friends with him. So we were
Right.
just talking, and he's so funny. He was like, literally, my face was hurting. It was making me crack up so much. He was just like super super funny.
Was it working on you?
Well, I was with somebody, so no. But that's a friend. The reason I have the book, my friend bought it for me because she was just kind of hating. She's from another country, so she doesn't really know. Like, she's not that into Matthew Perry. Or she is now, but like, she's seeing him as he is now, kind of older, whatever. And she's
Cry,
like,
crying to
she's-
cry baby.
She's kind of like, what's this guy? He's like, he's like, why is he trying to date young girls? I'm like, why wouldn't you date young girls?
Yeah.
Why are you being an ageist? First of all, secondly,
that's prejudice.
He is 100% right because I'm on Raya. Like, you don't get matched with people, you choose. So these girls that are talking to him on Raya, they're not like, ew, he matched with me. Bitch chose to talk to him. So I think it's really unfair to go and bait somebody. Oh, I want to date you, and I'm 21. And then you go and make fun of him and like put all the private conversations up like that girl was doing.
Oh
like,
my God.
You're a little skank. And he's very right. All you wanted was his fame and his money.
Yeah.
That's cold.
I mean, that's cold, but it's also like if you're Matthew Perry.
He's very aware of what's going on. He's not like, oh, this person, you know what I mean? And I actually think that's quite sad. I'm like, the very fact that he thinks that somebody wouldn't be interested for his personality or anything like that. But you know what I mean? So I think that, I go, if you actually sat and talked with him, I think you would like him.
Right.
I don't know if you would be,
ladies and gentlemen,
as 21-year-old, you wouldn't, I don't know how
just so
you
you
could overlook
know,
all the oldness.
Right.
But,
Okay. So just so you know, what you're hearing right now is what happens to hot chicks later in life. They sit there and argue with each other about Matthew Perry. Mm-hmm. They defend.
I was defending Matthew Perry.
Listen, those chicks.
We tore him apart in the show.
We destroyed.
Because listen, what he's doing is, what was the opening? His opening line on the book is, "It's unfair. Of course, it's unfair."
Well, he's got a very dry sense of humor.
No. This isn't. Listen to me. He's saying,
"Are you reading?
Why
in
did
his
I
voice?
get? No, listen.
You need to read it in his voice."
No, we're doing better than that. We're doing better than that.
Don't say it.
Yeah. Oh, we're doing way better than that.
What?
We're way ahead of you on this thing.
The book on tape?
This motherfucker's a crybaby. Well, none of the other stars have this addiction. They were able to enjoy their lives just fine.
You guys are terrible.
Oh, man, this guy's a bitch. This guy's no good, babe.
Oh, my God.
I'm glad you never dated this guy.
It was scorn, caring not for my agony, was a bright yellow ball. What's that? I thought through paroxysms of agony. Oh, the sun. Right. I didn't get out much.
I think he doesn't want to read his. I think what is happening is he probably doesn't want. He's like, am I really fucking having to read this fucking thing on fucking tape? I think that's what you're hearing.
I can barely read because he has fucking 6 martinis in on this fucking thing, man. That's why I can't listen to his voice.
We have a high profile coming in with severe abdominal pain, Erin said into her phone as she unlocked the car. Cars are stupid, ordinary things until you're not allowed to drive them, at which point they become magical boxes of freedom and signs of a successful previous life. Erin lifted me into the passenger seat and I lay back.
You're terrible, Muriel.
My belly was twisting in agony.
Hey.
The fucking guy, man.
Sometimes that's how I sound too, so... Be nice to
Erin got into the driver's seat, turned to me and said, "Do you want to get there fast, or do you want me to avoid the LA potholes?" Just...
Yeah, it's enough. I can't take any more of it.
In my mind, when I read it... I read it in the Chandler voice, and it was quite amusing.
Right, it's amusing in the French Chandler voice. No, what cracks me up?
This voice is depressing.
It sounds a little shot out, right? It sounds like a little, like he's been through some things.
He's been through some things, though.
Dude, he had a colostomy.
Yeah, he's been through about fucking $200 million.
He has been through things.
He still got that.
He's still got money, though.
That's why she's defending him.
I know he does.
No, listen. Okay, shh. Everyone calm down. I know Matthew Perry's very controversial. I know he's a hot topic. But the reason why it's funny...
We have insulted... Corey Feldman.
Wait, I heard something just crash on the floor. It's your career and relationships, Rachel.
We're insulted. I just outed Bruce Willis for having sex with me when I was in my 20s. And,
that's going to help our ratings.
That's a feather in his cap. What do you mean? That's not outed.
Yeah.
Well, he won't even remember it now. So it's just like, he's not even going to remember all of this.
Right. He remembers you, Rachel.
It's like, really funny. That's the only thing he remembers.
I wouldn't.
Such a bad joke. I'm
Jumping
so
on
sorry.
the bed?
So
Yeah, you trying that?
I'm sorry. I'm a bad person. I'm going now.
I'm so hot it overcomes Alzheimer's.
I mean, let's put it this way. I went to his house in Malibu and he was like showing me like I don't know what made him think I wanted to like see the whole house or like his children were little still, so they had little kids rooms. It's like, this is the kids rooms. I'm like, oh, you have children. They're children. And I was like, so like, I don't know if 20-year-old vaginas dry up, but it was like a raisin. I was like, I need to go.
Who's that?
Children. You have 1, 2, 3 children? I'm like, oh my God, there's so many children.
Yeah, responsibility was
like,
your kryptonite.
Yeah, I was like, whoa.
You're like, well, man, I don't know.
I
That's
was
a lot.
like, are there bunk beds? You were adopting me? Like, what is happening?
Right, exactly. Right.
Yeah.
No, I'm just trying to start a Mormon school.
Yeah.
No, but what makes it funny for Matthew Perry for me more than anything else is that,
oh my God, poor Matthew.
listen, he can handle it. I bought
think
his
he
book.
can.
I paid money for the book. I can fucking
Do what you want now.
Yeah. I put money
That
in his
gives you
pocket.
the right.
Matthew, I can't control what he says.
And that's true. Look at the Indian. Look, I'm not even white. All right, okay. Listen, so I obviously don't know how to act. Okay, but the funniest thing,
I'm an animal.
I'm a savage. I don't know nothing.
Right.
Listen, I went to school where we sang every morning. Okay, we didn't cry about pills. We didn't cry about Los
I
Angeles.
cry about pills all the time.
Right, you need to go
to
to
Adderall in all of Los Angeles. I'm losing my fucking mind.
My people didn't need Adderall to live, young lady. You need to go to they didn't.
They just didn't have any.
They didn't need it. You need to go to a reservation. You need fry bread. You need drums. And you need a reservation. That's all you need. You don't need this Adderall.
Yes, they did. They just didn't have any, so they suffered.
They actually had, right? They had hallucinogens, and they didn't have this fukakta life that everybody has now. These hours.
What's a fukakt?
I don't know.
Something's fukakt.
Yeah, well, I understand
What's
this.
a fukakt?
They were living outside. There was none of this nonsense. There was none of this bullshit. So you didn't need drugs to maintain, right? Being in a one-bedroom apartment in Los Angeles, right?
It's rough.
It's not you.
It's terrible.
But the best
It's
thing,
like prison.
oh.
Just like
Matthew Perry
Put me
said
in jail.
he was in sober living with his assistant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever had to live with an assistant? They tell you what to do all the time.
My wife tells me what to do all the time.
But
So
that's
sometimes-
you brought the law into that. Like that's your
nah.
fault. Like you
The
paid this
best
person
thing-
and they still boss you around.
The best.
It's very hard.
The best thing is when Big Pick Mike is listening to Matthew Perry talk about how hard it is to be rich and sober. His whole soul shatters. He's like, what the fuck?
It is though. You know why? Because you're like, I could just do whatever I want, but I can't.
Right.
But I can't.
Right. Where are you in your comedy journey?
I'm at Yamashiro on Tuesday, so that'll be fun. I've never been, and I'm at the Bourbon Room a lot.
What is that? What is that like? Tell me.
Yeah.
Take
Tell
us
us
in a
about the
day in the
Bourbon
life
life.
in the Bourbon Room.
Bourbon Room. It's super fun. There's just basically everybody that's anybody is going through.
Have you?
It's
done
kind of like, it's just like we have Adam Ray, Jim Jeffries, we have Daryl Hammond all the time.
Jeff
we
Ross.
have Jeff Ross. We have just everybody coming through. Jeff Ross used to be a writer on The Man Show when I used to be on The Man Show, but I didn't recognize him because he had hair back then, so I didn't recognize him right away.
Yeah,
Oh
but
my
now-
God, you're the same person. And he was like, yeah, you idiot.
He's like the king roaster. He's like one of the best. He's so
nice, though.
Yeah, you have
He's
to be-
actually so fucking nice in person. It's crazy.
Listen, that's what they said about Don Rickles. The whole shtick with being a dick on the mic is that off the mic, you're a nice person.
Nicest person.
Right, but Don Rickles,
So
right?
nice.
Everybody's like, oh, it was the blah. But then he would get on and make fun of somebody's father being in an organized crime thing, right on live thing or whatever.
I can't remember her first name, but his daughter is very funny. I saw his daughter do stand-up comedy at Soho House. And she was very funny.
So let me ask you this then: what topics is currently on the Hot Rachel set list right now?
I don't know that I hate everybody. That's usually pretty much
Except
it.
Matthew Perry. Go ahead.
Except Matthew Perry.
Go ahead.
I feel like he's just had a hard enough time.
Big Pick Mike, did you hear
I
that?
feel like he's just had a hard enough time.
Rachel feels like Matthew Perry's been through enough, bro.
It's not everyone.
Look at his face.
But see, the thing
Leave
is
him and his fortune alone.
Not everyone can handle the same amount of distress, though.
All right, so what is on the set? Okay, Rachel comes out. She says, "Hey, everybody," and you talk about what? Like, what's your main stuff? What's your main stuff?
Do you have the
What am I
right?
doing?
Do you like follow some stuff that you like? Do you do it nights before? Do you practice the whole routine? No. You get up there and you're just ad-libbing off of the fucking...
No.
You have material in mind.
I just have material in mind, and I have stuff that I know works.
What works? What
so
works?
I'll just gravitate to it.
Drawing up vaginas. I see that in your act a lot.
That's new.
Is that
That's new? And I was like, it's not okay. So obviously the wine thing, I've joked around like it's that all. I've never said it on stage. I'm like, I can't say that on stage. It's horrible. And then I was like, fuck it. I just said it, and then people thought it was funny, and it makes oddly makes women very comfortable because I'm making fun of myself.
But like a lot of women can relate that the vagina's dried up.
But
they're with some busted dude.
Here's the funniest thing is like I'm just ensuring that no man will ever date me or try.
You hear that? You hear that, everybody? Nobody's gonna date Rachel.
I'm always shocked when I say.
Hey, everybody!
I say stuff
I don't think
about
that's true.
being like, when I said the only thing dry on me is my vagina, and like literally, like someone who's like trying to ask me out. I'm like, did you not hear my set?
No, because guys are such
that.
dogs. They'll hear that as a challenge. Oh, you might be dry, but get ready for the waterfall, honey. You ain't seen nothing yet. That's the way guys think.
Gross.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So who are you dating?
I am not dating anyone right now.
Who are you fucking, Rachel?
I am not fucking anyone right now. I'm not even making out with myself right now. I'm literally
You're on a
just
break.
like...
You're on a break.
I'm so tired all the time. I'm just
you?
exhausted. I'm spiritually, emotionally, physically tired.
What's going on with that?
She needs some Adderall and testosterone. She'll be fine.
Yeah. Well, that is part of it. Is that I'm so exhausted. I don't have the ADD where I'm running around. I'm just my brain is constantly going, and so I'm exhausted.
Sure.
All the time. So there's that. I'm trying to function without medication. I am doing all these different projects. And still trying to, I'm not Matthew Perry, so I do have to do work. It's really hard to keep your nights where you're living as a comedian because it is a weird schedule, and then you still have to do work on top of that, and then you still are going on auditions, and then if you book something, you're doing that. So it's basically like all these things are going all at once, and I just honestly, I had a really good pandemic. I enjoyed not doing much.
Right. I feel like that would fit you.
Now, bills are due. So it's like, I'm done resting now.
Life's back in session.
Yeah, we have to start working again. So now I'm just tired. I'm tired all the time. But I'm also really lucky to get to do what I have to do. So it's it's worth being tired. But I am fucking tired. I am fucking
Gratitude is the
exhausted.
attitude.
And I just don't have time. I was dating somebody, and I just had to tell him like I do not have the space to not be an asshole to you. Like he was fine. The sad thing is he was fine. Just like. You can just never talk to me and talk to me when you need. I'm like, no, that's not how human beings are. He was totally fine with me treating him like total shit, basically. And I'm like, that is not normal.
There are some guys looking for that.
You deserve so much better than that. And then I tried... Okay, do you guys
wait, stop.
Okay, do you guys want to hear what I did?
Yes.
Okay. He's going to be so mad at me, but whatever. He knows this is going to my stand-up, though. I'm giving it like 2 months, and it's totally going to my stand-up. I took him to dinner. I took him to Cicconi's.
Okay.
It's not super expensive, but it's also not cheap.
Right. Middle ground.
It's middle ground.
It's the Matthew Perry of restaurants.
It's it's the happy hour brunch place for me, but for him, he's never been. Okay. And I took him he was so excited because I was taking him to dinner, and I was like, oh, well, at least he will never ask for another woman to like, let's be equal and you take me somewhere. I'm like, I've ruined that for him. He will never expect a woman to reach for a wallet ever again. Okay. I took him to dinner, and then we were chatting.
Okay.
And everything's going well. I was like, order the steak. I was like trying to get him to order the most expensive things on the menu.
There's a porterhouse for two.
No, I told him he could have the truffles. I'm like, $130 a shaving. Just have it. Like, eat the whole truffle. I don't care.
Because I'm about
take
to
it home.
your world.
Take it home. I don't know, but and
doggy bag.
Yeah, and so we were talking about my therapy, all my therapy, and he was like, "Hey, you do a lot of therapy," and I'm like, "Yeah." Speaking of that, and he was like eating, and he stops. He stops, and I can tell he knows. He knows. So when you take your dog to the vet, and they go, like it was that thing, and I'm like, "So how do you think this is going?" And he's just like,
"Oh no, you didn't ask that."
I did. And he was like, "Well, I think it's going great, but obviously you don't." He's like, "You're breaking up with me, aren't you?" And
I feel like you just broke up with me.
And then he was like, he kind of was gonna get up. I'm like, "Oh, here we go." And he sits back down. And he goes, "Wow, you really did the right thing by bringing me to a public place, because you know I won't do anything here." Like, he would never like get upset, but he would probably like protest a little more and like whine about it.
How long had you guys been an item?
Here's the thing, a year, but it snuck up on me.
What?
It snuck up on me. I didn't mean. I was like, when he was one time, he was like, "How long have you been dating?" I'm like, I said long enough. It was my answer, and he goes, "Wow, really?" And I'm like,
"Wow." Too long, motherfucker.
Well, just like, don't bring it up. Like I don't like to count things. It makes me feel trapped and cornered. And
like a Wolverine.
Like
and I don't like it. Like, and then also,
I don't even know directions. It's just round and up a hill.
It's up a hill. Like, stop asking me too many questions.
Stop it.
But here's the thing: is like, I've been going through a lot of stuff where I am in a lot of therapy and stuff like that. But and he was upset that I wasn't telling him every detail of my life.
Oh no!
And he said, "You can tell me things." And I said, "I know that, and I appreciate that, but like, I'm not. It's frankly none of your business." I said it in a nicer way, but he was like, "Well, I'm not just some guy." And I'm like, "We've been dating for a year." I'm like, "Yeah, but you are just a guy that I've been dating for just a year. That doesn't give you access to all of me. I'm sorry, it just doesn't."
Okay.
And
I'm
also,
not your superwoman.
Also, I really like the stability. It was very nice. But stability and rut are kind of a fine line for me, just because I'm used to chaos. And so it's not that I want chaos. I just kind of just don't want anything. I just want...
That's called wanting chaos.
No. I want to go home, and I want to write, and I want to relax, and I want to chill with my cat. And I don't want anyone asking me 20 questions when I get home. I don't want to cuddle with anybody. I don't want fucking anyone touching me. I just want to be fucking alone.
Maybe you have the soul of a man.
At this point, probably.
Sounds just like a dude.
Probably.
Listen.
Now you get what it's like to be a man.
Oh my God. Can I just come home and just...
Do I have to answer questions? "Oh, I'm sorry for caring about you." It's not that. It's like
not that, bro. I just walked in the fucking door.
I just answered a bunch of motherfucking questions.
It's going to piss me off. Go off. Do the opposite. Don't ask me. Do I not?
But what's crazy about what you're saying is that when you tell somebody that truth, that's when they want to get even clingier.
No, but here's the thing. I have said, I've texted, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. Phone call. FaceTime. I'm like, what part of I don't want to talk about it says call me and talk about it? Don't do that. Leave me alone. Whenever someone says I don't want to talk about that, is not a sign I need help. It means leave the fucking person alone for a little bit.
Right.
Like,
that's not that crazy. I mean,
but the thing is he's just so nice and loving and wonderful, and you only go off of how people only respond off of what they know, what they would want done for them, and obviously that's his way of doing things. That is definitely not my way of doing things. And I've said a million times, we are fundamentally two different people. You're a very nice person.
Right.
He is so nice. I've often joked, I'm like, every person has a dark side. I am his.
That's good.
That's great. And it was a really great balance for a minute.
Yin and yang.
Until it wasn't.
Right.
And because I'm like, I'm tired of feeling bad for being myself.
Right.
And he's like, "Oh, well, you're negative, or you're always miserable." I'm like, what if that's just how I fucking am? Why is being negative? Maybe that's just how I am. Get off my ass.
Get off my ass.
I'm just negative. Let me be negative,
Get off
all right?
my lawn.
How about you just get up? So
I'm basically Gran Torino. Get off my lawn.
Gran Torino with tits. It's crazy. You heard it here first. Gran Torino.
Just an angry old man.
With really nice bazabas.
Great set of tits on him.
Angry old man.
I'm an 80-year-old man with a great
I wish
ass.
that old man looked like you.
Oh, yeah. I would have mowed that up.
And that's about all we have room for today. Check us out on the next episode as we bring you part 2 of Rachel Sterling here on the Hard Luck Show. Adios, amigos.